going to be a lot of loneliness for him because everything that he know, because he didn't come up in an abnormal situation. And he came up in a situation where life was just promised a good time and a good adventure for him. So now he's waking up to men.
This is back then. How was it more easily back then? Like, did it start getting harder?
More easy.
Yeah, but I assume it got harder after a while.
It's harder because you got cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you got dudes that's gonna go tell it because they ain't getting nothing and you getting something.
Back then, how easy was it? Was it more so just like, hey, let's just find this little quick corner. I gotta go to the bathroom. Bathroom break, boss.
No, you in the visiting shed. So they had a corner. Everybody knew. Don't go back there, man. Don't bring your mom back there. Don't bring your kids back there. Stay from back there. That's the spot. You know, so you're gonna have people back there waiting and they're gonna be watching the bus for you.
Okay.
So
one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time. You get the table.
Oh, okay, man. Make life a little easier. In this conversation, again, we're going to move around in regards to just the prison stories we're going to tell. But also, before we get too far into it, I have to get your take on, the young man, Karmelo Anthony, who, of course, is committed a crime at 17 and is now looking at 35 years at 19. And his crime was a little trumped up because of the national attention that it got, but in a lot of I don't want to say racist connotation went with it, but it did cause a media storm in the city of Collin County where blacks and whites were outside protesting on both sides. How do you feel his first days, first weeks, first months will be? And mind you, you said you were from the streets. This is Cooper Road. He is really a suburban kid with no credible street background. How would you say would it be for him?
It's gonna be a lot of gloom. It's gonna be you failed to mention this was an honor roll student.
All A's, yes.
It's gonna be a lot of days that he want to cry. It's going to be a lot of loneliness for him because everything that he know, because he didn't come up in an abnormal situation. And he came up in a situation where life was just promised a good time and a good adventure for him. So now he's waking up to men. Men might be getting into it. Somebody might be getting stabbed. Somebody might be getting killed. Things that he never expected to see. Things that he never expected to be a part of. And he waking up to this and he thinking about, damn, I could have been doing this with my life. Look at what I'm doing. And I could have been here. Look at where I'm going now. Man, I could have been talking to such and such. Man, now I gotta really hold everything in. And now I gotta learn from people that's only teaching me about prison, and I don't wanna learn about prison. I don't wanna become institutionalized. And so he thinking from the eyes of a 19-year-old dude that had a lot of promise, now he's just praying that his appeal hurry up and come through. Yeah. He praying that his mom and dad finally get it right and get the right lawyers, because he knows now that he had horrible representation.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll hit that law library and see that things didn't go the way it should have went.
Yes.
You mentioned waking up to men, and he just graduated high school. And like you said, now he's waking up to grown men on a daily basis. You also mentioned that, of course, he's waking up to, whether any kind of violence, stabbings, killings, and he might have to become a part of that. Do you feel like just knowing how prison works, that he will be a part of that? Like there's no way to separate yourself from the violence in prison or just stay out of it, that somehow you will be a part of it?
The culture is gonna dictate for him to be a part of it. And the reason is because black people don't overcome their ignorance when they go to prison. We never get out of hating one another. You go into prison, well, you got the Aryan Nation, Aryan Brotherhood, you got the Mexican Mafia, you got all these different things that hate you because of your skin color. And what we do in prison still, we're gonna represent what we represent, and we're gonna still hate each other. Knowing that everybody, they together against you. And what we do, we study fragment ourselves to be against one another. So we don't learn how to even much understand that, hey man, we the biggest number in here. So ain't nobody else supposed to run this. And I'm not gonna let Karmelo be prey. He's gonna be a victor here. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna protect him. So in order for him to get a protection in there, he's gonna have to probably join Muslims. He's gonna have to probably join Crips, Bloods, but all that separations. Now, if you just join the Muslims, you don't represent nothing, but you're gonna stay on your deen. You're gonna stay praying, and it'll get you to be more positive, in which people don't understand why a lot of guys go to prison and become Muslims. But it's the discipline and it's the unity, something that we dream about, but we never see. And so that's the sad part of what Karmelo existence is gonna come to being. Us still not understanding that, man, it's still us against us because we make it like that. But you still gotta fight these outside forces. We going through racism now. His charge, in our minds, centered around racism. Yeah. But you finna go in prison, you finna see it up front, close and personal. Because the white dudes in there got them knives and they gonna kill you. And black people to put hits on you, another black person, and use the white dude to do it. But that still don't make us come together.
Yeah, you said a black dude might use the white man to handle some business. And it's interesting because, like you said, you go in there and whether you're Bloods, Crips, whatever it is, these are factions that we will still go against each other. Is the problem ultimately monetary, finances? Is it because us as a people are still don't have the financial resources to make our time okay in prison?
It's hard to just lean on it from that stance, because a lot of black dudes go to prison, they probably was broke, bummy on the streets, but they might go to prison and get a runner, and then they can bring it, they can make it happen. So they hustle. And if you hustling, you're gonna make sure everybody around you eating, because you got to. You can't just be the lone wolf. So I don't think it's just economics. I think it's just this innate hate that we have for one another, and we can't outgrow it, and we don't overcome it. And that's a real sad state that we get in. Because when you go, that's just here in the state prison. Then you go to the feds, it's the same way. We don't come together like we should. We're gonna separate ourselves between cities, between states at that point, because the South gotta stick with it with the South. DC gonna be what they think, because it's DC, they big, everybody that go to catch a charge in DC be together. New York gonna be with each other. Cali gonna still be separated with Crips and the Bloods. Chicago gonna be still kind of separated with things. But just think about all those different fractions of us. If we was to come together, if you ain't running in the society, you can definitely run it in prison, because you got the numbers and then you got the unity. But we just don't unify. We would not unify for no reason. And that's the sad thing. So that's why the Karmelos, and so there's everybody that go to the prison, you got to join something. You ain't finna be no lone wolf, because everybody is against you.
Right.
Don't be with these black dudes here. These black dudes gonna get you. Then if you step outside, these white boys finna get you. Then if you step outside, these Mexicans are gonna get you. So you got to join something. You forced to join something.
That's right. You mentioned early on as far as Karmelo as well, he's gonna have some nights where he's gonna cry. Just in your experience, is it, or can you cry in public in prison? Can you have an emotional moment amongst others and let tears out? And how is that looked upon?
It's advised not to, but now when you be in the religious moments, you know, people don't look at you, they don't frown upon you with it. But if you're in these macho sects, it's hard for you to cry. So you become a slave to your tears. You know, you gotta suppress how you feel.
Yeah.
Unless you done did so much and everybody know, hey, ain't nothing weak right there.